Okay, crazy cop story. I just did one where I did a warrant on the probation office. And if you read the other one, this is another government. What happened was I was doing I was searching for a guy who had a felony warrant. I can't remember what I was chasing him down for, but I wanted him pretty bad. And he stayed at this rehab place, which all these rehab, government, court-ordered facilities all get government money. So they're all funded by taxpayers, and they're basically drug houses where all the same people who use drugs go to the same house. They make more contacts. They learn how to buy dope when they get out. They make new friends who are dopers, and then they get out and now they have all these contacts. So these damn drug houses and rehab and rehabilitation, and we're going to give them a drug diversion program, are all a bunch of BS anyway, but that's just my jaded cop side. So this guy who I want his felony was at this drug house, and they had some information, because when you go there you have to get out certain information. So I went in and I go, hey, Detective Gore, blah, blah, I need some information there. Same thing, you know, never want to cooperate with the cops. You know, we got to protect the privacy. These guys are addicts, and they're victims of a system that isn't fair, and we can't help you. I go, dude, all I want to do is get some paperwork. You got this form, right? I just need a copy of that form. Can't give it to you. I said, well, I can go get a warrant. And I said, I can come back. Well, you go get your warrant, because we ain't giving it to you. So, all right, I'll go get a warrant. So I leave, and I start typing out my warrant. And in the meantime, this person is calling the county council. That's for the whole county. He's the one that's supposed to protect the county from liability. So he calls him, because the guy who runs the place is some doctor, and he's in the community and on the boards, and they're all buddies, and it's all this good. So they're like wanting special treatment, and they're like, hey, you got to stop this, you know, Detective Gore, he's trying to get us to violate our confidentiality, trying to get this form, and we can't do that, and we have to have the trust of our people, and when people tell us things, they have to know that we're not going to tell the cops, and blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit about all that. Just give me the damn paperwork. It's a form. It's a government form. I have access to it. I'm doing a criminal investigation. I'm going to go get a warrant. I'm going to take the form. You can either give it to me or I can come back and take it. I know it sounds bootleg. I know it sounds all whatever. But it is what it is. I don't have time. It creates a lot of time. It burns up judges, DAs. I got to do the warrant. I got to follow. I got to go through all this crap to get a piece of paper that very easily, if you just showed it to me, I'd be like, oh, that's who I'm looking for. I needed that information. Thanks a lot. That's it. That's all I needed. So this guy's going to, you know, pull this, no, you can't do it, that we're protected under some, what was their rule? They had some sort of special protection. There was a law that cops couldn't go in there and interfere with the program. So anything that happened there, supposedly we were supposed to notify them and the cops. And I had other cops that I wanted to bring them with me when I went in there. And they were like, no, man, the law is that we can't go in there. Those places, kind of like the battered wives' homes. Same thing. Run by the government, taxpayer funded. They hire a bunch of angry women who hate men that get these women who are battered, and they get them in there and start telling them how to beat the system and say you're in fear and say he hurt you and say he raped you 10 years ago, and if you say all this, we can get you a protection order and you get custody of the kids, and we'll get your aid started, and we'll give you a check, and we'll show that mean male what the law's all about. And it's just a conspiracy to screw up the system and to piss people off, but they're all protected by this Battered Wives Act. You can't tell where they're at because the cops may have friends, and we may tell the husband, and it's endangering them and all this. So they get this special law passed protection. Well, I don't really give a shit about all that, but whatever. That's just the way it is. Well, this drug program had that. So, I mean, there was other cops, local cops, that were like, yo, man, can I get a couple units over here? Because I'm going in a house with a bunch of druggies, and I'd just rather have a couple units there to watch my back to make sure one of these knuckleheads don't come by and grab my gun or, you know, just do some shit and I end up arresting them and I don't have cover or backup. Well, the cops are like, no, man, we're not allowed to go in there. We can't go in with you. You know, get one of your own guys, get someone else, because we're not allowed to go in there. We were told, we went in there once, there was a big issue, lawsuits, threats, etc., so we were told to stay out of there. Like, are you kidding me? So, anyway, I go get my warrant. And I come back with my warrant. I got 4 or 5 guys with me. And I've already heard kind of little things through supervision that people are calling people, and that because I'm trying to get this information, it's stirring up some shit. But whatever, I'm doing what I need to do. So I go get the warrant. I grab a couple of my guys, and one of them's my supervisor. I'm like, hey dude, I need somebody to go serve this warrant. And I said, the PD's a bunch of damn pussies. They won't go in there because they're afraid to get sued, even with a warrant. So I said, I need some guys. He goes, all right. So he grabs his gun out of the desk, moves his donut, puts it on. He comes out and I get a couple guys. So it's going to be a simple warrant. We're going to go in here. I'm going to say, here's the warrant. Give me the form. Well, it ain't nothing simple. So as soon as we get there, some felon that's wanted for something else sees us. He's got something in his hand. He's with a girl right underneath the tree as we pull up because they're so used to cops not being allowed here, and we're all driving undercover cars. It's like their private drug area, so they're pretty much doing drug deals in the front and everything because all the cops are afraid to go there. So when we pull up in undercover cars and as we hop out, we've got our police vest on and our shit because we're about to go. And man, this dude's like, shit, he takes this and he's running, he's like, cops! And he runs! And I'm like, shit. So now it moves us into, instead of a walk-in and show him the warrant, now we have exigency. Now we have flight. Now I have somebody that I just saw making a drug deal. He's trying to conceal and destroy evidence. I have exigency. I can enter any building. So he hauls ass and he's going to the building. I go, shit, I'm barely out of the car. So I'm after him. My supervisor's on my ass. A couple other guys are still getting out of the car. We busted the doors, and of course they got locked doors and everything's locked and everything. But because he knew I had the key, somebody was standing there, they held the door for him. As soon as he went in, they let the door go, and I just barely got my fingers in, so we weren't locked out. Chased the guy in. As we're chasing him in, he's yelling, cops, cops, cops! And I'm like, really? This is a drug rehab, court-ordered, secure place? And this is what's going on? But another story with the liberals running their stupid programs. So as we're running through, I'm trying to get here, and he went one way, we couldn't find her. Some girl comes running up to my supervisor and goes, you guys aren't allowed here! You're violating federal law, and you gotta get... Man, he just slams her, says, get out of the way, knocks her out, she hits her head, she's crying, oh my God, I'm assaulted! So we finally catch the dude. Of course, the dope's gone, I can't find the dope. I'm like, crap. She's hurt. We're calling an ambulance for her. It's all turned into a huge bucket. It was already a bucket before it started. Now it's a huge bucket, and I'm like, shit. So we get her taken care of. Of course, she's gonna, I need to go to the doctor. I'm hurt. She wants free medical. She wants to think, she's got thinking I'll be able to sue. Look, you were interfering with the cops. We're coming in a search warrant. We're more plainly marked. We're yelling, police, get out of the way, and you come in and start telling us we're not allowed here, getting in our face. Guess what? You're going to the ground. Get out of the way. So anyway, that wasn't an issue. So we get all that settled down. We kind of secure the scene a little bit. All the supervisors are on the phone calling everybody they know. County council, the city manager, cops are in here raiding the place. What's going on? We got federal protection. They're not allowed in here. Huge ordeal. So we finally get it calmed down, and I'm like, hey, here's the warrant. I already know you have a document because I was in here. Give me the document. I don't know where it's at. I was like, oh, hell no. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you really want us to see all this shit and take everything and go? I said, we'll be here all night. And I said, that's all right, we'll look through it and we'll find it. So I started opening the doors and pulling out files. And I said, he's like, wait. I go, dude, if you touch me, you're going to jail. I said, we are serving a search warrant. You want to make this a hard problem, it's going to be a hard problem. But you touch me, you're going to jail. He goes, just wait. He goes, can I just call county council? I go, I don't give a shit who you call. I said, I just gave you a warrant. You either comply with the warrant, we're searching and we're going to seize the evidence, and when I find it, I'm probably still going to arrest you for obstruction, for delaying an investigation. So he's on the phone and he's crying to county council. Here's a detective, and he works for the county, he works for the DA, and they've already assaulted somebody, and they've taken her to the ambulance, and they want us to give this form, and I can't. It's against federal law, and I can't comply. And county council goes, county council would like to know if you talk to him. I go, sure, I'll talk to him. So I get on the phone with county council. Now, we're going back to this. We're all on the same team. We all work for the county. We're supposed to play nice in a sandbox. We're supposed to be team players. We're supposed to get along. So county council's like, hey, look, man, how do we make this warrant go away? I go, well, the warrant ain't going away, but I said, I'll go away. Give me the damn form. I said, that's all they got to do. He goes, well, he can't give you the form. He's following the rules. He goes, how can we get this to go away? I said, give me the form. That's the only way. I said, either gives me a form or he goes to jail. I said, those are the only two options. well, Detective Gore, you're being unreasonable here, and we're trying to work out, and you don't seem like you want to work. I go, hey, I tried to work it out. I was here. I said, I asked him. He wanted me to go get a warrant. I got a warrant. Now he's avoiding the court order. So, of course, he calls. He goes, you know, let me make a phone call. I'm going to call the DA. And I go, I don't give a shit who you call. I'm serving a warrant. The DA knows I'm here. I'm doing my job. You call who you want. Well, you're not being very... I go, hey, I don't want to hear your shit. I said, you could have prevented this and told him to give me the damn paper. Now you want to get on the phone when you've got all this problem stirred up here, and now you want to make me the bad guy. I said, I don't want to hear that shit. I said, either tell him to give me... I said, you can tell him to give me the damn document, and we can be out of here, and we can handle this later, or you can call whoever the hell you want, and he's going to jail. So I was like fed up with this bullshit. So he gets pissed off. He calls back about 5 minutes later, and you know, the guy answers the phone. I hear, they're tearing up my place. Everything, they're going through all these confidential documents. I can't stop them. And he goes, county counsel would like to talk to you. I go, man, I'm done talking to him. I said, he already had his chance. I said, give me the damn document, or we're doing what we're doing, and you're going to jail. So he gets on the phone. Okay, I'll give... Is that your advice? Has legal counsel, are you telling me to give the document? Okay, I'll give it to him. He hangs up the phone, he goes over, gets the damn document, hands it to me. I go, was really this all necessary for this? Well, I was just trying to do. I go, whatever, dude. So we got our shit and got out of there. What a pain in the ass. And that's what happens when you get government so big, and there's so many organizations, and everybody's supposed to be on the same team, and we got to get along, and we got to give everybody special treatment, and everybody gets special treatment except the poor tax-paying smuck who never gets any of the special treatment. They don't get to call county counsel. They don't get legal representation. They don't have all these exemptions. They're just pretty much at the whim of, hey, it's a search warrant, it's a court order, you got to comply or you go to jail. But no, Rick, you're just unreasonable. You're a cowboy. You just, whatever, freaking, I tell you, man, sometimes dealing with idiots, the attorneys and the educated people are worse than the idiots on the streets. All right, we'll end it there.